Hello, people. This is the Casual Fandom, and we are back with the latest movie release of the week, The Suicide Squad. I am Avik, and I have with me the usual Advait, Aditya, and Lazar. I want you all to know now that you have tuned into this podcast, you can't leave. If you try to, your head will explode. If you don't finish it, your head will explode. If you don't share this with your friends, boom. So, on that cheerful note, let's dive in. तो भाई लोग क्या जबरदस्त मूवी था, मेरे को तो बहुत मजा आया.
मस्त
ये बहुत तगड़ा मूवी अमेजिंग.
So to give you a gist of the movie, it's basically a military espionage movie at its heart. Typical American top brass using other people to do their dirty work, conducting experiments in the name of national security and the usual bullshit, then covering up their asses when things go south. Throw in a bunch of crazy ass people who have superpowers and apparently death wishes too, and a patriotic dictator, a freaking kaiju, and what you get is an absolute entertainer. So basically that there's a dude who went Staryu मैं तुम्हें चुनता हूँ and then Staryu was like नहीं मैं तो साइडक है and then started fucking everyone up around. In the
What?
end,
Hold up, Psyduck?
हाँ
अरे पोकेमोन रेफरेंस भोसड़ी वालों.
लेकिन Psyduck कैसे?
अरे that dude was fucked in the head no the
हाँ.
Starfish एड़ा था ना.
अच्छा ठीक है.
What? No.
मालूम नहीं था. Psyduck was the dumbest Pokemon. I remember that he was not
हाँ.
monstrous.
Bad comparison. Bad.
Psyduck.
बैड नहीं है पर क्या बोलते हैं स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं है.
हाँ ठीक है. So in the end ultimately because of plot armor Suicide Squad won and then the curtain falls on this drama. So now let's get into the details and discuss whatever we liked and whatever we disliked about this movie. So let's start with Advait.
I really liked the movie. It was a nice DC movie after a long while. अब your पहले वाला Suicide Squad तो I don't even have to mention like how stupid it was. Like and it had won some Oscar also na for costume.
Yeah, for costume. Yeah.
हाँ for costume that's the dumbest Oscar you can win something and वो ही जीत पाया. But still, like it was such a stupid movie, the earlier one. But this was
No, I think the Oscar was for makeup or something, not.
Yeah, makeup or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't know. Like if you think back on it, also you know that there was nothing really good about the movie. And चुप आवेक आदित्य तुम्हारी माँ का बोल. 2016 में तुम लोग भी मेरे दोस्त थे. Things change, okay.
लवड़ा साला. पलटी.
अजय तो गुस्सा आ गया भाई.
वो क्लियरली याद है क्योंकि अपन लोग फर्स्ट मतलब अमेरिकन सुसाइड स्क्वाड वन समझा ही नहीं था. मैं बोला था ये बंदा अरे बहुत मस्त है ऐसा कुछ नहीं है.
वही तो अभी देख वो सब साल में हम लोग का दोस्ती भी पीक हुआ था. I made some questionable choices, so let's not go there.
अपन थिएटर में देखे थे ना अद्वैत ये.
हाँ थिएटर में देखे.
मैं नहीं था, मैं अलग.
अरे अपना मल्हार के लिए गए थे ना अपन.
हाँ वो बंदी लाइन मारी थी.
वो आविक का शक्ल देखी नहीं थी इसलिए लाइन मारी. पीछे से चल.
अबे चलो डिस्ट्रैक्ट.
Yeah, okay, I'll get back to it. Yeah, so the new one is a nice redemption movie also. I don't think it was meant to be a redemption because James Gunn just did whatever he wanted to. Like he took 100% liberty with the movie and the characters and everything. Yeah, so I absolutely loved it. What does Aditya think? Like,
I guess Warner Brother gave a complete total free hands to Suicide Squad. No, to James Gunn and बोल दिया कि तेरे को जो करने का कर. And he actually did it. And this just one line to it. Warner Brother movies, whatever DC makes, was too into dark and our dark concept के ऊपर they went into monotonous. This was dark, but this was the the funny. It showed that the dark can also be funny. It can be enjoyable and it can be gruesome. It can be everything. So yeah, मस्त मजा आया. It was the actual Suicide Squad which I wanted a long back also. पता नहीं, old one might be good, but this was the perfect one. Lazar, क्या बोलते हैं आप?
For me, like I quite didn't expect this movie to be such a good film, right? But like it was the usual hype meter around the movie. Like critics are saying the best movie, like a lot of promos claiming this is the best movie ever. Like so, I was like, okay, they might be making a reach for it. I mean, I was not that much into it because, as far like we all know, this DC doesn't do always well. They've been fucking up movies since 2016. So I was not like believing that stuff. So when this movie came out, like I was taking breaks. I was pausing the movie for laughs. So like, this movie was that much entertaining and that much good. Like in terms of entertainment stuff, it was very good. The great comedic timing, the chemistry between the characters, everything. It was very nice. And like as you guys said earlier, like the difference between 2016 2021 Suicide Squad movies, I could say that 2016 movie was good in its self form, but 2021
Fuck off,
was
Lazar.
fuck you. No, fuck you, hypocrite. It's not like that. So the 2016 movie was actually great. Okay, so the only thing, the fucked up part about that movie was the climax. And after the interval part, after the second act part of the movie, 2016 Suicide Squad started to get, kind of out of context for the movie. The villain was villain was so much powerful, and like the context of the movie didn't match well. The climax was total complete bullshit. So that part I didn't like about that movie. But other than that, the characters, all the lovable characters, that Fire guy, Harley Quinn especially, Joker. Okay, so I don't talk about Joker.
The fire guy was El Diablo.
El Diablo.
El Diablo. Whoa,
Yeah.
he was cool.
He was cool.
Also, overpowered villain say, ये वाले movie there was a literal kaiju. What are you saying?
The movie was kaiju, but still there was a way you could defeat him. There was no magic. First movie was complete full of magic and world class destruction. That girl was in that castle, that train station castle, and she was bombing around the
Enchantress,
world. Yeah, Enchantress. She was bombing around the world with the thunder.
Enchantress, right?
Yeah.
So मेरे को 2016 सुसाइड स्क्वाड का एंडिंग नहीं समझा. मैं शायद एक ही बार देखा, मेरे को एंडिंग नहीं समझा. मैं सोच रहा वापस देखने का. मेरे को इतना वेगली याद है कि एन्चेंट्रेस के अराउंड अभी वो लोग कुछ फोर्ट्रेस में रहती है, सब लोग मारने जाते हैं. बट क्या मेड देम टू यूनाइट टुगेदर एंड गो अगेंस्ट कुछ, मतलब देयर वाज नो क्लियर बाइफर्केशन क्या चल रहा था उसमें.
Yeah, the ending was this magic shit, the Enchantress magic, and she was showing all these dreams and everything. So everyone were going back into their dreams, like they were vulnerable kind of shit. So like it was not that much of a good climax for that movie. Like from the starting movie, like the phase, the quality the movie had in the beginning was not that consistent in the end part. I loved the Will Smith character, the Deadshot. And Joker was good in this. I don't know why he's getting this much hate. I mean, he did it, the Joker, very well. The gangster Joker. He
No.
did it. Go fuck you.
No. It genuinely was like off-putting.
No. I mean,
there are
like I don't know. Like, maybe for you it's bad, but I think he nailed it. And he's a good actor.
He might be a good actor, but like both Joker performance, it wasn't good because abhi dekh, whenever let's look at Joaquin ka Joker or Ledger ka Joker, both of them, even though they're trying to act as Joker, they have become that, वो लोग personally ऐसा करके करते हैं. But Jared Leto का कैसा लग रहा था, वो disjoint था from Joker, like ऐसा लग रहा है वो externally ऐसा, like वो अलग ऐसा separate बैठ के ऐसा Joker play.
okay.
I don't know how to describe it. Just felt off-putting.
Like we will talk about that later. Like we will talk about that. Like what happened in 2016, 2021. So we will talk about that later. But all over together, this 2021 Suicide Squad movie by James Gunn was epic, dope, dark, gory, and funny as fuck. I mean, I could literally say that DC came home with this movie. Like DC was lacking this, like the love from fans for all these 5 to 6 years. But they really nailed it in this movie because of the James Gunn. I think like the story, not the story wise, the direction and the execution. I mean, it was really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, like thank God Warner Brothers didn't like
Interfere.
spread semen all over the movie. Thank God.
Okay. Also, like Avik, how did you like the movie? कैसा लगा तेरे को?
Yeah, like मतलब obviously it was an amazing movie. मतलब काफी like DC से expect नहीं किया था this kind of movie because obviously DC का record उतना अच्छा नहीं है. They have been मतलब except for the Snyder cut movie बाकी सब ऐसा थोड़ा disappointing ही लगा and it was too much dark. मतलब जब वो बैटमैन वर्सेस सुपरमैन वहाँ से दे स्टार्टेड एकदम पूरा डार्क दे वेंट इनटू डार्क, मतलब बहुत ज़्यादा ही डार्क कर दिया था. तो उतना भी आई डोंट लाइक. मतलब आई लाइक मूवीज टू बी फनी, मतलब थोड़ा फनी कॉमिक एलिमेंट कुछ होना चाहिए, थोड़ा लाफ्स आना चाहिए, वो मेरे को अच्छा लगता है. तो दिस मूवी मतलब आई डोंट नो वेदर इट्स बिकॉज ऑफ जेम्स गन और व्हाट, आई थिंक इट इज बिकॉज ऑफ हिम दैट मतलब द ह्यूमर फेल्ट नेचुरल. मतलब ऐसा फोर्स नहीं लगा लाइक जस्ट फॉर लास्ट द बीच में डाल दिया, ऐसा फील नहीं आया. फील आया कि इट वॉज अ नेचुरल मूवी करके, नेचुरल पार्ट ऑफ द मूवी. मतलब जब गार्डियंस ऑफ द गैलेक्सी देखा था फर्स्ट मूवी एंड सेकंड मूवी, तो उसमें जो वो कॉमिक टाइमिंग, जो कैरेक्टर्स के बीच में जो मतलब द बैंटर, द पिसिंग ईच अदर ऑफ जो था, स्पेशली बिटवीन ब्लडस्पोर्ट एंड वो जॉन सीना का कैरेक्टर पीसमेकर या मदरफकिंग पीसमेकर. तो दैट फेल्ट रियली नाइस. तो मतलब
तेरा हवा बहुत आ रहा है लाइक कंटिन्यूअसली बात कर. पादा क्या तू? पादा ये पॉडकास्ट में डाला. लिटरली अभी ऑडियो रिकॉर्डिंग है.
मैं नहीं पा
क्यों झूठ बोल?
अरे इट्स अ चेयर ब्रो. अभी मैं फैन ऑफ करने के लिए चेयर से उठाना, इट्स अ प्लास्टिक चेयर. I have to give James Gunn credit for the movie. मतलब kudos to him. Like chaos was a very big, the key aesthetic choice here. But मतलब अभी ऐसा इतना सारा कास्ट है, इतना सारा लोग है, ऐसा एक सेंसरी ओवरलोड, ऐसा इतना मतलब ओवरलोडिंग पीस ऑफ आर्ट को ऐसा डायरेक्ट करना एंड नॉट गेटिंग लॉस्ट इन ऑल द आजू बाजू का नॉइस में, सही काफ़ी अच्छे से जेम्स गन मैनेज दैट. मतलब देयर आर सो मेनी कैरेक्टर्स बट यू स्टिल मैनेज टू फाइंड, मतलब nobody gets lost on screen. सबका कुछ ना कुछ रोल है, everybody plays some part, and even if it's just dying, like the weasel, he just died, but still it was pretty funny, like how nobody cared to check whether he could swim or not. Amanda Waller, you fucked up, not one. So yeah, मतलब the Suicide Squad is a roller coaster. Like it feels like a roller coaster without a break, but it's actually a very well calibrated action comedy. मतलब humorous and balancing the humorous beats and intense violence, उसको अच्छे से they played it like nicely, hand to hand they both go. So yeah, it was a pretty entertaining movie for me. मैं probably फिर से देखेगा. So yeah, that's
मतलब ये मूवी भी तेरे को एक बार में नहीं समझा भाई?
हाँ मैं एकदम ही गधा है, इसलिए मैं तुम लोग के साथ पॉडकास्ट करता है हर हफ्ता.
बाप रे इतना गुस्सा.
हाँ वो बहुत गुस्सा है मेरे को. अभी मैं अपना सुसाइड स्क्वाड बनाएगा.
उसमें भी 4 लोग होंगे और तो सबसे पहले अजय को मारेगा.
बाय द वे वो बात बराबर है. लाइक जो गुस्से में बनाया जेम्स गन, लाइक वो इंटरव्यू में ही वाज टॉकिंग अबाउट he was like pretty frustrated with what was happening in his career. like कुछ तो उसका ट्विटर का सब हुआ था ना.
Yeah, so Disney fired him when he was about to start Guardians of the Galaxy 2 because of his some previous tweets, and it was a little bit offensive tweets. मतलब कुछ पॉलिटिकल प्रेशर था,
रेसिस्ट या होमोफोबिक ट्वीट्स था, कुछ तो निकला था.
होमोफोबिक नहीं, मतलब उसको ट्वीट पढ़ के देख, पेडोफिलिक था, मतलब बहुत डिस्टर्बिंग था. समथिंग ऐसा ही कुछ तो निकला था.
बहुत डिस्टर्बिंग था. बट हां he was like
it was around the Me Too movement.
नहीं उसके बाद मतलब अभी रिसेंटली हुआ है उसका कांड, ये अपना एंड गेम के बाद या फिर
2019. हां वही 2019 में he was about to start क्रीड का फिल्मिंग एंड तब
हां वो तभी Me Too movement हुआ था.
उसको हटा दिया था ना. फिर everyone सपोर्ट.
I remember this clearly हुआ इसलिए क्योंकि he had criticized Donald Trump's का government. So one of the spokesperson of Donald Trump government, he was like, "ये भाई तू क्या बोल रहा है? तेरा past का tweets देख." And he just put the screenshot of his tweets. उसके वजह से क्या हुआ? He received criticism.
मतलब
Disney took a decision.
You can't even blame Disney. मतलब उसको ट्वीट पड़ेगा, तेरे को भी ना अजीब लगेगा. मतलब ऐसे क्या बोल रहा है? मतलब उसने मतलब इंटेंशनली ऐसा कुछ सोचा नहीं रहेगा, पर आउट ऑफ
we
कॉन्टेक्स्ट
never know what was it.
या आउट ऑफ कॉन्टेक्स्ट को कि पड़ेगा तेरे को लेगा एक कैसा weirdo है मतलब ऐसा काइंड ऑफ ट्वीट है उसका
Anyway, so yeah, no,
वो उसका हाँ, तो उसका लॉन्ग स्टोरी शॉर्ट इतना अजीब सा करियर का पॉइंट चल रहा था, लाइक मूवी उसको सेकंड वाला हुआ था एंड यू नो कंट्रोवर्सीज चल रहा था, लाइक पीपल वर still like talking about it something like, so he was like pretty frustrated about it and like us duration mein he started like making the Suicide Squad 2021 wala, and he said that he had the most fun making a movie, like अब तक इसने जितने movies बना उसमें सबसे ज़्यादा मजा उसको ये movie करने में आया अपना Suicide Squad, because it was, the movie was not taking itself seriously, and that's good because you know there are so many serious and dark things in the movie, but it never took itself too seriously, which is a good thing. And like characters होने तो कुछ भी होने तो, the point of Suicide Squad is all of the characters are disposable, like you don't care even if they die, even if they you know fail in submission and they die out, it's okay because they are prisoners at the end of the day. So it treated them like trash only, but still it also managed to show that how much the characters have humanity in them. So एक इसमें एक चीज आता है, like so a lot of people have you know compared Guardians of the Galaxy and Suicide Squad का, like how it was kind of a similar approach and everyone was saying कि James Gunn थोड़ा बहुत similar type का ही चीज बना रहा है, and if you look at it एक way में that's true, because दोनों में like a family kind of thing is common. James Gunn likes to ऐसा put outcasts in the movie and उनको ऐसा family bond देने, हाँ वो Guardians of the Galaxy में भी हुआ है,
फैमिली एलिमेंट है मतलब,
हाँ फैमिली एलिमेंट है, but the main difference is Guardians of the Galaxy में जो characters था सबका सब, you know for sure कि वो लोग they are not bad guys,
और जिंदा रहेंगे,
yeah they're likable, like अभी ऐसा ग्रूट वूड भी रहेगा, like उन लोगों ने थोड़ा बहुत ऐसा वो ग्रूट ने नाक में घुसा दिया था एक बंदे के, like उसका रूट शूट सब रॉकेट बोलता था इसका पैर चुराऊंगा वो करूंगा ये वो सब, and Peter Quill is like a thief and Gamora is an assassin and everything, but still they weren't like
evil
bad guys.
Evil, nobody was evil.
हाँ evil भी नहीं बोल सकते because Suicide Squad में भी लोग evil नहीं, but they're bad guys, they're villains, like proper villains, like, they have done brutal things and they have
says कि मैं बच्चे को भी मार सकता हूँ, मेरे को फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा,
वो Weasel literally has killed like 27 kids or something, that
exactly.
The main difference between the two movies I would say is Guardians of the Galaxy में they were likable characters, but Suicide Squad में they weren't, but they were made to be likable by the end of it, you know.
So I will say a major reason because for this is you're just adding to your points and agreeing with it कि you know Guardians of the Galaxy का क्या point है कि in James Gunn is tied with two things. One, he has to maintain continuity. Second, he cannot go vulgar because उसको R-rated नहीं बनेगा. Suicide Squad में he was given that free hand कि भाई continuity है ही नहीं, तू कुछ भी कर इसका कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता, which is what James Gunn also said in his interview कि यहाँ पर उसको थोड़ा freedom है, उसको सोचना नहीं है कि आगे पीछे क्या हो रहा है, और दूसरा he can go completely R-rated. So he could just, as you said, he could just elevate the things from Guardians of the Galaxy, though it has the family element, but यहाँ पर थोड़ा you know he could push the extremes.
No, but still there is a fundamental difference वो दो the characters in Guardians of the Galaxy. मैं वो बोलेगा मतलब क्योंकि if you change that ना, if you make your characters not likable, they're like proper villains, it's much more difficult to build a family kind of bond, and you know by the end of the movie you will still like them. अभी वो शार्क वो उसका नाम क्या था, ननावे, yeah, वो लोगों को खावा लेते हैं like पूरा का पूरा, and it is also about to eat the girl also ना,
yeah,
and
rat catcher.
Yeah, if this was like probably 2016 का movie में something like this, we wouldn't have liked Nanawe like by the end of the movie either. Like it would have been the same. There would have been no growth, which was the case for all characters in 2016 का movie, right?
No, I guess 2016 का movie में so the basic difference between 2016 movie and this movie is 26. As I said, that era in which Warner Brothers and DC movies were, they were into dark shit, which we appreciated, but they deserve. I think they felt कि dark होना है तो monotonous होना है, and they were not experimenting with the funny thing. Here, though it was dark, it was edgy, it was also funny where it had to be. It was not like it was not too funny. It was not forced joke. It was literally enjoyable. It was
Exactly.
yeah. So this is what was missing in the earlier Suicide Squad. They went for the dark, but they forgot that Suicide Squad needs to be funny.
This movie was basically Guardians of the Galaxy meets Deadpool. That's what it was.
Yeah. I mean, if Deadpool belongs to any squad, he belongs to Suicide Squad.
Yeah, Suicide Squad, definitely. But obviously he won't die. Like that's
That's ironical.
yeah, that's ironical. Like he would be the best suited member, but also the worst member because he obviously won't.
Harley Quinn and Deadpool का love interest मजा आएगा.
So other details about this movie which I liked is, like as I mentioned before, great comedic timing, and the comedy which they're using is also dark and funny. मतलब kind of fun stuff in that context. And as always, James Gunn's music selection and the timing for that music, that music drop, and
Yes.
yeah, and like he did that very well in Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, I
It's
got
voila.
into, yeah, I love till that day I was not into that 70s 80s classical music. So after Guardians of the Galaxy, I
It's
shifted
like
to
country music, no? The first time I heard that country music, and उसका music का नाम भी मेरे को याद है. First two Guardians of movies में ना Hooked on a Feeling. आज भी सुनता हूँ. अरे क्या मस्त है.
मतलब वो टाइम पे मतलब फिक्सेटेड हो गया था उस म्यूजिक जॉनर में. या
इवन सेकंड जब गार्डियंस ऑफ मूवी निकला था ना उसमें भी कुछ एक था.
मतलब सेम काइंड ऑफ म्यूजिक ट्रैक. या So yeah, those are the things like James Gunn always does. And also the one thing, one peculiar thing about this movie, the creative scene titles, like this written, the Warner Bros. Presents, the written blood and everything.
that
वो बहुत मस्त था.
मेरे सबसे बेस्ट क्या लगा पता है, वो जोटनहाइम का आता है ना जब लोग घर में रहते हैं.
right.
वो कैमरा इतना चीजें कैमरा उन्होंने सही बना था, and it just came to अरे.
And then वो फायर वाला जिसमें वो लोग पहले यूटनहाइम जाने का प्लान रहता है, then वो बोलते हैं वेट हार्ली क्विन को पहले करना.
Yeah, rescue Harley Quinn. Well, that fire goes off and again like turns into smoke. Yeah, that was nice. That's throughout the movie there's this creative scene titles all over. And
और एक और वो स्टार्टिंग में जब इद्रिस एल्बा टॉयलेट साफ कर रहा था तभी, तो वो टॉयलेट के ऊपर आता है तो वो कैसा अजीब सा मुंह बना के देखता है कि व्हाट द फक इज दिस. मतलब ही आल्सो एक्ट्स एज वो व्हाट व्हाई इज समवन राइटिंग दिस ऐसा, और वो ऐसा साफ करता है उसको.
yeah, just like the placement of those things are like perfect in this all throughout the movie. And like talking about the funny scenes like in this movie, one of the best funny scenes, like the moment I started pausing for the laughs, the moment when TDK, the detached kid, he removes his arms. Everyone is standing there all like, oh my god, he's going to unleash some heavy power and everything. And he removes his arms and it goes,
and he's just fondling the balls of the military men.
goes and taps
he just casually ऐसा सर पे उनके हेलमेट में मारता है. People are also confused. The soldiers are also confused. क्या चल रहा है?
इसको मारना है, इससे बचना है, क्या करना है इसके साथ.
The background music like till then was dun 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 dun, that silent, complete silence. It was going like tapping everyone. It was like this complete fucking funny scene. I was losing my shit on that point. So like similar scenes throughout the movie. The chemistry between Peacemaker and Bloodsport. It was funny throughout the movie. It was very good. And another thing to talk about is the camera angles and rotating shots throughout the movie. Like he was using, James Gunn was using like lots of rotating shots, but even though it was similar shots, but that point it was like the dramatic feel to that scene. Like it was very good. The other thing which I in this rotating shots is the helmet scene, the helmet reflection scene in the last fight. You can see that there's the whole fight scene is happening in that helmet of Peacemaker between Flag and Peacemaker. The fight scene is happening within the helmet. So the camera rotating around it. So it was a very nice like touch to the direction part of that. And one good thing which I liked about it about the ending of the movie is that Bloodsport finally becomes a leader. Like throughout the movie, he's like, I can't be a leader. I'm not a leader material and everything. But in the end, he like finally, unknowingly, he becomes a leader. Like he chooses to do the right thing, and people follow him. I mean, that is the quality of a leader. Like people follow a person for his ideals and kind of thing. So that callbacks and talking about callbacks, there was a lot of callbacks in this movie. Like the bird eating on the brains of that guy. What was his
ping pong guy.
Yeah, ping pong guy. Yeah, I forgot that hero's name. Like Yondu from.
That actor is pretty nice. Like I heard, he does whatever. Like he usually does fucked up roles or something.
Yeah,
and he does it like very nicely.
He had a very good going like in Guardians of Galaxy. He was Yondu in that. But after that, I haven't seen much of movies. So like that callback and the callback of using smaller bullets from Peacemaker, and Peacemaker gets owned by that idea by Bloodsport using smaller bullets. So like lots of itsy bitsy callbacks throughout the movie.
So as Lazar brought up Bloodsport, I also want to say a few things about him. So like starting off that I liked what the sort of a rivalry and a banter chemistry that he had going with Peacemaker. मतलब मैं ये कर सकता है, मैं भी ये कर सकता है, मैं तेरे से better कर सकता है. Like it was equivalent to guys comparing their dick sizes. That's what it basically was. So also I liked the the little emotional moment we got in the van with Ratcatcher when she's telling her backstory, how her father died and how she lived started living with rats. So that showed that Bloodsport is not only a cold-blooded killer who put Superman in the hospital, but he's also someone who cares about his daughter and also other people. And that's when you start to see that he really wants to save, at least if he can, he really wants to save Ratcatcher, and he manages to save her as well as himself. So yeah, that was good to see that he was left standing at the end. The character of Harley Quinn, like in the first movie, as it is very often done in movies, is the sexualizing of Harley Quinn. Like the uniform, the dress, whatever she's wearing. In the first movie, you can clearly see she's changing in front of people, and all the guys are staring at her. I like that this movie, मतलब उसका ऐसा overtly sexualizing कुछ नहीं किया, and they even gave her a gown and a sort of, she also had a romantic date of some sort. So I like that, and also that her action scenes. Oh man, where she escapes from after being held captive. The
uska CGI भी is amazing, na? Like when she's firing the guns, there are like ऐसा flowers coming out ऐसा.
Yeah. मतलब सर पे स्पीयर मारते हो तो पीछे से फ्लावर निकलता है.
It was बहुत मतलब वो ऐसा उसका crazy सा mind, मतलब
yeah, you could see the craziness, मतलब like she was killing people
and she was enjoying it.
She was enjoying fun time. It was the blood was equivalent to flowers for her. That was it.
Yeah.
मतलब action scenes, मतलब honestly मेरे को तो Black Widow से ज़्यादा तो better इसके action scenes लगे. Honestly, it had way more quality action scenes than what Black Widow had.
The entire movie had.
Entire movie. Kudos. और वो hallway का sequence when she's just mowing down the innumerable soldiers and people. भाई बहुत मजा आया.
When she was like hitting a guy's face with gate, the boom 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 like.
It was a cathartic experience for Harley Quinn. क्योंकि पता है, so पहला Suicide Squad में सब होने के बाद in the Birds of Prey movie, इसका breakup होने के बाद Harley Quinn is like उसका growth होता है by the end of the movie. Like I really like Birds of Prey. It was also like one of the best movies in DC. I think.
Nope.
And Harley Quinn का फिर ये Suicide Squad में अभी she is continuing on that journey, For example, she kills the guy and she says, "This is like the healthy choice that I'm making." तो वो बहुत मस्त था. Like, so the entire thing is kind of a liberating ऐसा feeling for her. उसके लिए वो flowers का भी किया, and everything that they showed.
Yeah. So continuing with the characters. King Shark, Nanawe, भाई मेरे को तो बहुत मस्त लगा वो. He was fucking invincible man. Like उसको गोली मारा, he shook it off. उसके ऊपर बिल्डिंग गिर गया, he shook it off. उसको पिरानाज ने खाया, he shook it off. मतलब he's unkillable dude. He was fucking awesome. मतलब
अरे even the CGI of bullets bouncing off his body वो देख के satisfying लग रहा था. Like उसका body ऐसा हल्का सा vibrate होता है, बस उसका skin ऐसा टुक 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 करके होते हैं. It's like पत्थर मारते हैं ना.
It was a very upset scene. But like he finally got some friends and he was like getting eaten by that. So after that the building crashed and everyone was shooting at him. He was so fucking pissed and he just grabbed a dude and bite his head off and it was very satisfying.
या मतलब ऑल्सो अगर मतलब आई बिलीव कि अगर वो उसको इफ ही हैड द चांस नो वो ही कुड हैव ईटन द होल फकिंग स्टारफिश. लाइक उसको टाइम अगर ही हैड इनफ टाइम तो पूरा स्टारफिश ही खा जाता था. लाइक नॉम नॉम डूड दैट वाज नाइस.
Yeah, the nom nom.
लाइक लास्ट में फिर वो सब आफ्टर सब खत्म हो गया देन ही इज लाइक नॉम 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 नॉम.
Yeah.
ही इज अ किड एट हार्ट. मतलब बच्चा है वो, दिल से बच्चा है जी.
अरे उसको it went to show उसको ज्यादा social interactions किया नहीं है ना वो जिंदगी में. Like he has made no friends and everything. वो growth अच्छा था. अभी लाजर बोला उसको he was betrayed by the fishes उसके अंदर का भी. तो उसका definition of friendship मतलब it was introduced Ratcatcher 2 ने उसको बोला कि like let's be friends, you can trust us and everything. But then वो like rest of the movie he doesn't try to eat anyone else, but then उसको ऐसा fishes दिखता है aquarium में, he thinks like they might be able to understand me better or something ऐसा, like he has made new friends, but they try to eat him, like they attack him. So that
also उसको मस्त रियलिटी चेक भी मिला होगा because he tried to do the same thing. He tried to do the same thing.
Yeah, like he
tried to eat.
Yeah, he is like better friends with the people he already has. Like वो उसको समझ में आता है okay, like ये लोग मेरे को अच्छे से ट्रीट करता है एंड स्टफ लाइक दैट.
ऑल्सो यू नो ये किंग शार्क का कैरेक्टर ये CW के फ्लैश में भी दे हैव शोन, बट इन द फ्लैश में जो कैरेक्टर है किंग शार्क का इट इज मोर वायलेंट. लाइक इट इज मतलब इट्स नॉट ऐसा हार्डकोर कैरेक्टर है. सो दैट वाज मतलब नाइस थिंग टू सी हियर कि यहाँ पे यू नो थोड़ा सा सोशली ऑकवर्ड काइंड ऑफ लिटिल किड काइंड ऑफ कैरेक्टर उसका जो दिखाया. दैट वाज नाइस टू सी.
उन लोगों ने एक मिस्ड अपॉर्चुनिटी है बाय द वे. वो लोग स्विम करके आते हैं तो वो किंग शार्क को शार्क जैसा स्विम नहीं करने दिया, वो ऐसा नॉर्मल आदमी लोग जैसे स्विम करके आए.
हाँ ना, मेरे को देखने का लगा. आई वांटेड
मतलब अभी तू बोला तब मैं नोटिस किया मैंने. दे कुड हैव डन इट लाइक दैट. यार मतलब it defines like how मतलब how dumb that character is. Like he doesn't know.
Exactly. वो किंग शार्क है लेकिन नॉर्मल आदमी जैसा
yeah, he doesn't know how the world works. Like what are sharks? Maybe I don't think he even knows like what sharks are. Like he's just a descendant of some ancient shark god or something like they say in the movie. Just that, and he's reading some book upside down. Is that like dumb character? So yeah.
उसका स्पीच भी कितना फनी था. लाइक वो स्पीच से भी वो काफी फनी लगे. सब ब्रोकन डिसजॉइंटेड वर्ड्स वो जस्ट वर्ड टैग करके वो बात करता है. लाइक ऐसा
ही फकिंग लर्न स्पैनिश. ही सी बोलता है साला.
हां सी. बहुत मस्त था वो. he was a pretty nice funny guy. मस्त लगा मेरे को ना वो.
I think one thing that worked well for 2021 वाला Suicide Squad is all the characters had more depth to them and some kind of character growth, and it felt थोड़ा relatable भी लगता है. अभी तुम देखेगा 2016 वाला Suicide Squad में you have Deadshot का relationship with his daughter and everything, and उसका rest of the movie में फिर mention ऐसा recollection जैसा होता है, but there is nothing else. There is no other growth to his character, like nothing ऐसा tangible. And then Harley Quinn का थोड़ा बहुत होता है, like her encounters with Joker and everything, that is like something. But then बाकी characters का कुछ like ज़्यादा है नहीं. अभी वो El Diablo का थोड़ा सा story वोरी बताए, वो लोग sad story बताए, last में sacrifice देते हैं. But ये वाला movie में what they did was, for example, our Bloodsport, he has like he loves his daughter and everything, and उसके लिए he does it. Like it's the exact thing as Deadshot, same चीज. But इसका he has a phobia of rats, he has an abusive childhood and everything, and उसका continuous mention रहता है like he is troubled by his trauma, and he can't be a leader and everything. But over the course of the movie, we see him becoming a leader. We see him that even after all of the bad things that has happened to his past, he has still become he is still good at heart, you know. He is not a villain. Like he's not evil or anything. He has good intentions and everything. And uska rat phobia ka bhi it's resolved by the end of it. Like the rat phobia results from or it stems from childhood trauma. Uska papa ke wajah se. But last में like he gives in, he like calms down, he lets the rats walk over him or whatever it is, and last में उसका गोदी में उसको सोने भी देता है वो rat catcher के rat को. So it there is some kind of growth to Bloodsport, and same goes for अपना King Shark का भी like character. Like मैंने पहले mention किया like friends का उसको definition पता नहीं था, then he started to know more and more like how friends are and how they can trust you can trust them and everything. Like he makes bad friends also, those fishes that are trying to eat him, and then he knows what good friends are. Aisa rat catcher to she was kind of the glue which was holding the group together. So there were a lot of these lovable characters and they all had some kind of depth to them compared to the earlier movie. That's why this made a very good the squad ka feeling starts coming by the end of it. Like everyone is a group, everyone is trying to work together. Ek aur character that no one has mentioned is apna flag ka character.
I was about to.
Yes. Avik, do you want to continue?
नहीं, I just felt bad that he died, like he had to die. उसका डेथ मेरे को थोड़ा बुरा लगा. मतलब बाकी मर गए मुझे कुछ नहीं, वो पीसमेकर भी मर गया, I didn't give a shit, but I felt bad for the way Flag died. मतलब also it was very cruel in the way they showed, like वो पूरा हार्ट वैसा दिखाया उन लोगों ने, the
वो literally ऐसा लग रहा था मेरे हार्ट को हो रहा है.
हाँ ना, मतलब वो सीधा it went inside and then the blood starts coming out. That was very gruesome way to kill that guy.
अरे so तेरे को did you guys like Flag as a character like before you watched like ये वाला movie? Like by the end of first movie का did you like Flag that much? Because I grew to like him more.
I don't think first movie में इतना नहीं पसंद था because थोड़ा he was a little थोड़ा hardcore था. इस movie में he was a little mellowed down and cared for the people. मतलब he was not just following orders or patriotic नहीं था
वो इतना ऐसा जस्ट ऐसा डम पेट्रियोटिक सोल्जर था ना, टिपिकल लोग ऐसा स्टीरियोटिपिकल सोल्जर बोलते हैं, वैसा नहीं था. ही हैड सम हार्ट टू हिम.
या ही वांटेड टू एक्सपोज व्हाट हिज कंट्री डिड. सो मुझे तो आई लाइक दिस कैरेक्टर इन दिस मूवी. आई डोंट थिंक फर्स्ट मूवी में इतना अच्छा लगा था मेरे को.
या एंड दैट्स व्हाई द डेथ लाइक मेड मच मोर ऑफ अ इम्पैक्ट.
मतलब he was trying to do the right thing and yet he got killed so badly.
So like Advait said ki the characters like had more depth in this movie, but I would like beg to differ. Like the first movie had much character depth than this movie, because on this movie only Ratcatcher and Bloodsport only had a depth like below the surface level. Other characters just had a surface level this character depth, because Nanue had this only a friendship thing going on. Polka Dot had his like his mother was a bad parent, like that thing only. Peacemaker didn't have any character, like just like the same as Bloodsport, nothing more or nothing less like that. And
but he was like a dumb patriot soldier.
Yeah, dumb patriot soldier.
That was the difference between both of them.
लगता है लाजर कोई दूसरा मूवी देखा रे भाई.
No इसमें मतलब
आप बलता ही मूवी देखा तू सुसाइड स्क्वाड.
पहला वाला
26 वाला देखा क्या तू?
देख 2016 में क्या है, 2016 में we had a El Diablo thing. So
you should have stopped the statement with 2016 वाले मूवी में क्या है. क्वेश्चन क्या है
क्या है. अरे देख कैरेक्टर डेप्थ केस में देख बोलेगा तो 2016 मूवी में ज्यादा डेप्थ है. Like
घंटा कुछ है उसमें.
शैलो डेप्थ है वो मिराज है.
No
बता एक सेकंड लेकिन
like 2016 movie में like Waller has a much more depth than this office agenda. Apart from that, she has a plan to do Suicide Squad thing. She discussed with Batman and everything. She has a much better depth. She has a reasoning for everything, and she is a cruel boss who even kills her employees for not letting the secrets out. Like she literally kills them.
But that was already established, na?
No, that was
already established about her character.
That might have been established, but this movie is also a continuation from that, so it's not a much of a deviation.
It's not a continuation. It's not a,
हाँ मतलब सुन
It's not exactly a continuation either, but still it has already been established that this
Established.
character is
Okay.
स्पाइडरमैन होमकमिंग में तो वापस उसको स्पाइडर से बिट होता हुआ दिखाया कितना रिपीटेटिव है।
अरे वैसा नहीं
So they
भाई,
skipped that
वो
part.
स्टोरी रिपीटेशन, नो नॉट लाइक दैट इन दिस in 2016 movie El Diablo had a much better depth. Will Smith had a like Deadshot as a depth. Harley Quinn had a whole origin depth, and the only person who didn't have that much of characters Croc. Other than that, Boomer had a
डेप्थ के खाई में पूरा मूवी डेप्थ में चला गया।
मतलब यू नो मतलब अभी देख तू बोल रहा है कि 2021 में कैरेक्टर्स हैड मोर डेप्थ देन 2016. I can't just agree with it. Like 2021 is on mostly on surface level. You had more backstories in terms of like a single line backstory, not much more than that.
No, वही तो पॉइंट है ना, तू बैक स्टोरी बता के ग्रोथ का बात नहीं कर सकता।
बैक स्टोरी दिखाया तो फिर तो वो दिखा ही दिया ना।
हाँ, that doesn't matter. What I am trying to say is
2021 में backstory है सिर्फ. Only
Listen,
backstory.
what defines a character is not just the backstory, it's what they're doing throughout the movie, and that is what adds any depth to a character. मैं अभी विल स्मिथ का बात किया जब तू उस वाले में, उसको obviously थोड़ा depth दिखाया that he is not just a criminal normal, he loves his daughter and everything, he caught by the Batman.
About Will Smith.
He's doing everything for his daughter.
Wait.
वो है बराबर.
About Will Smith.
उसका further कुछ भी नहीं दिखाया.
नहीं. विल स्मिथ का जो तू बोला कि इस मूवी में ब्लडस्पोर्ट के साथ सेम है, इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट. ब्लडस्पोर्ट didn't have any relation with his daughter. Like he's a deadbeat to his daughter. He doesn't care about his daughter. He doesn't just want his daughter to be killed. Just that he doesn't have a father-daughter relation.
You miss the point. वो उसकी बेटी के साथ ऐसा behave इसलिए करता है क्योंकि वो उसको खुद को अच्छा बाप नहीं मिला.
He has this only क्या बोलते हैं, he is a bad guy, so you deserve better like better than me.
लाजर तू और एक बार सुसाइड स्क्वाड देगा, अभी से ज्यादा तेरे को दिख नहीं गया।
नहीं भाई, मेरे को नहीं लगता, मतलब
so okay, just jokes apart. Point is तू यहाँ सही बोला, first इसमें वो बोलता है कि I am not a father and all, but the whole movie में like Patrick said, his character grew where even in the rat catchers के बाद he says,
अरे मैं ये नहीं बोल रहा मूवी गंदा है, मूवी में है, but compared to 2016 this मूवी में ज्यादा है बोलने तो doesn't make sense. 2016 में भी 2016 में अरे नहीं 2021 में 2016 से भी ज्यादा है बोलने तो doesn't make any sense.
क्या?
अरे क्या
कैरेक्टर डेप्थ
भाई, कैरेक्टर डेप्थ ऑब्वियसली इसमें ज्यादा है. 2016 में सिर्फ बैक स्टोरी दिखा के उन लोगों ने डेप्थ दिखा.
बैक स्टोरी नहीं, उसमें कैरेक्टर डेप्थ है, वही बोल रहा हूँ.
भाई कैरेक्टर डेप्थ और बैक स्टोरी अलग चीज है. पहले
अरे बैक स्टोरी, अबे देख इस मूवी में भी बैक स्टोरी है और कैरेक्टर डेप्थ है, उस मूवी में भी कैरेक्टर डेप्थ है, बैक स्टोरी है. तुम लोग ये बोल रहे हो 2021 में ज्यादा है, मतलब नो इट नेवर.
I related with Blacksport much better than Will Smith.
तुम लोग मुझे लगा तुम लोगों को 2016 मूवी ज्यादा.
अगर तू स्क्रिप्ट वाइज या लाइक वैसा बोल रहा है तो ओके, they might have character depth and everything.
स्क्रिप्ट वाइज नहीं, एक्जीक्यूशन वाइज.
बट एग्जीक्यूशन में नहीं हुआ है.
एक्जीक्यूशन मैं एक्जीक्यूशन वाइज बोल रहा हूँ, मैं एक्जीक्यूशन वाइज बोल रहा हूँ.
हाँ तो वो मेरे को तो नहीं लगा.
तू 2016 मूवी वापस देख, तुमको लगेगा. Apart from the debate, so this is that what I feel about this 2016 movie and 2021 movie. So like let's not go like more deep into that. So yeah, Advait had to talk about something about.
नहीं तो झगड़ा हो जाएगा भाई, वही
मारपीट हो जाएगी.
मारपीट हो जाएगा.
लाजर पिट जाएगा. हम तीन
यहाँ चैट पे ऑलरेडी गालियाँ लिखना स्टार्ट कर दिए लोग.
लाजर अकेला है, हम तीन लोग. आदित्य फेल जाएगा लाजर तो बाजू में रहता है.
एक और गुड थिंग अबाउट 2021 मूवी इज it was a very good anti-establishment movie क्योंकि you have the whole like at the start सब लोगों ने बोला था US is trying to cover up its mistakes and everything. It is trying to it fucked things up and now it's trying to cover its tracks and everything. So they're using these people to do that job, and the last scene is like a giant fuck you to it.
His full film का main villain is America only because you know what.
तो वही बोला ना, एंटी एस्टैब्लिशमेंट मतलब अमेरिकन इज एन एस्टैब्लिश्ड.
हाँ, अमेरिका को उसने giant सब लोगों ने मिलके giant fuck you दिया, and they said we are gonna do whatever the fuck we want to do.
Exactly.
That is like यहाँ पे काइजू situation है तो उसको handle करना.
Even Starfish for example last में बोलता है कि I was happy floating around and looking at the stars. वो बेचारे को भी आने का नहीं था, ये लोग पकड़ के लेके आए.
Exactly.
ठीक है. वो जब थिंकर बोलता है कि and that scene was so gripping when he says no, you are here to erase your part's mistake, your country's part, that's all, उनको कोई भी लेना देना नहीं है. And Miss Waller was like अपने को फर्क नहीं पड़ता, मरने दे, जो करना है करने दे. And when her team itself turn against her कि ये क्या बोल रही है वहाँ पे,
she's ready to blow them up as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, and she was holding everyone's family hostage ना. That was also nice. उसको बेटी को मार देगी करके सब बोल रही थी. तो वो उसके कॉलीग्स को भी अच्छा नहीं लगा, तो इसलिए टकले पे मम्पा जाए.
तो वो ऐसा बहुत एकदम मनी शॉट लगा, एकदम टकले पे ढन करके दिया था.
ये
वो मस्त लगा, मतलब मोमेंट.
एंडिंग में वो ऐसा आइस पैक लेके बैठी थी ना, वो भी देख के मुझे अंदर के मेरे अंदर का सेडिस को बहुत खुशी हुई.
मेरे को फर्स्ट मूवी में ना थोड़ी बहुत इरिटेटिंग लगी थी. आई वांटेड समवन टू हिट हर एंड दैट हैपेंड इन ये वाला एंड आई लव्ड इट.
ऑल्सो फर्स्ट मूवी में वो इतनी लाइक शी वाज नॉट सो सच हार्डकोर, मतलब एकदम ऐसा इतनी ज्यादा नहीं. इस मूवी में थोड़ा काफी एस्केलेट किया उसको. लाइक
she got the treatment she deserved.
Yeah, she just needed a little bit of spanking.
On the forehead, yeah.
Control freak Sally.
So yeah, that's about the good parts of the movie, and let's do some bitching. So not much, but like 2 or 3 points. So like one thing which I felt really inconvenient was the rebel leader situation. So the rebel leader found out like her whole village was massacred by this Suicide Squad, and she was completely fine. Like okay, अच्छा okay, तुम लोग अच्छे लोग, अच्छा okay, हम लोग help करेंगे तुमको. Yeah, we will be helping.
वो और कर भी क्या सकती है? I would see it as वो कर भी क्या सकती है? अब हो गए सब मर गए, क्या करेगी वो? वो बाहर आके खड़े होके देख भी रही थी क्या.
आई थिंक शी अंडरस्टूड प्रीटी वेल कि भाई पूरा उसका स्क्वाड मार दिया तो फिर मैं अकेली तो नहीं लड़ सकती. अभी तुम लोग मेरा काम तुम लोग करो.
एंड नाइदर वाज इट हर एंटायर स्क्वाड, क्योंकि बाद में उसके पास और सोल्जर्स थे. मतलब
हाँ, लाइक
स्टॉर्म किया था. इट वाज अ पैरोडी जैसा चीज ना, लाइक इट वाज टू मेक अ फनी ऐसा सिचुएशन.
मतलब the killings were really funny.
I think Amanda Waller should fire her team, मतलब वो वीजल बेचारा, उसका उसका रिसर्च नहीं किया, वो डूब के मर गया. तो फिर ये पूरा उसका ये बोला
कि रैट फोबिया भी पता नहीं था,
रैट फोबिया का कुछ आइडिया नहीं. देन शी सेज कि eliminate with extreme prejudice, सबको पेल दिया. Then they were like oh shit, ये तो अच्छे लोग थे, we fucked up.
Also I don't like the Waller not getting back at the office for hitting her. Like even though hitting was really satisfaction.
If she had got back, no, तो ना movie वो बोलता कि क्या है.
I mean
it was pretty good that she ended there because she deserved it.
I mean
उसका थोपड़े पे पड़ा उसको सर पे, तो दिमाग ठिकाने आया रहेगा.
अरे भूल गई रहेगी ना किसने क्या हुआ करेगी.
वो पनिशमेंट देती है ना उसको, एंड क्रेडिट्स में है ना वो.
नहीं, punishment like kind of this taking care of Peacemaker. मतलब it didn't feel like a punishment for hitting a boss level Waller. So I thought at least one of them like lose a limb or two. Like also the two things which I found like different from this movie, like Bloodsport's daughter, like she says like she stole a watch which had TV. And at the end of the movie, she was watching TV, not the TV on her watch. So she went through all that trouble, and she like didn't even go.
अरे but वो पकड़ी गई ना, like yeah, maybe वो confiscate हुआ रहेगा.
Oh, okay. They might have confiscated.
एक गंदा point.
She had daddy issues. उसको attention चाहिए था, इसके लिए वो चोरी की.
Oh yeah, maybe yeah.
Daddy issues.
Also, last point, the thinker was like really a mastermind guy, right? So I thought like I really got a feeling that in that bar scene he would try to manipulate these guys into fighting with each other, or like try to evade like using his mastermind or something. But he tried it but didn't achieve. But at the end of the movie, I was like he would be the main villain by doing some kind of mastermind thing, since he is the thinker. But he didn't get much up to his name. Like he didn't think much.
For his name, he wasn't thinking much.
Yeah. So,
but I kind of got the feeling that Thinker also didn't want the government to control Starro. Like he wanted it to be let free or whatever. So maybe he thought that this might be a good opening. If he helps these guys to get into the lab, he can let Starro free and something like that. मेरे को ऐसा लगा था.
मतलब वो दैट सीन, मतलब वो जब उसको लैब में लेके जाता है, दैट इज ऑल हाफ, मतलब वो हाफ, मतलब आधा बॉडीज एंड वो एक्सपेरिमेंट करता है, दैट वाज कितना चिलिंग सीन था वो. लाइक किसी का लोअर हाफ नहीं है, किसी का फेस नहीं है, उससे वो स्टारफिश का बच्चा चिपका हुआ है, कितना दैट वाज अ वेरी अनसेटलिंग सीन. बहुत वैसा केजेस में रखा है सबको.
गाइस मेरे को ना अपना ये सब ऐसा गोरी सीन जैसा डेथ सीन में सबसे सैड डेथ सीन कौन सा लगा पता है?
कौन सा?
ताइका वाइटिटी का.
That cameo was nice. I didn't think Taika Waititi will be coming back in this movie.
वो ऐसा पैरोडी बैक स्टोरी ऐसा लग रहा था, लाइक थोड़ा बहुत. लाइक उसका एक्टिंग देख के हंसी आता है मेरे को, ताइका वाइटिटी का मुंह देख के हंसी आती है. वो ऐसा मरा हुआ पड़ा था ना, मेरे को वो देख के भी हंसी. आई डोंट नो व्हाई. इट जस्ट फेल्ट लाइक अ पैरोडी ऐसा बैक स्टोरी, लाइक टिपिकल सैड बैक स्टोरी रहता है ना किसी का, वो उसी को ऐसा बताने का ट्राई कर रहे थे.
Anyways, these are these bad points which I felt about this movie. So yeah, let's move on.
Okay, so to conclude, this was a proper Suicide Squad movie. Like it lived up to its name. Matlab, there was just so much death right off the bat. Like starting में we see that little boy being killed, and then an entire team got wiped out like in the starting 5-10 minutes of the movie. So yeah, it was a Suicide Squad movie, all right.
Good.
उसको काट दे रहा भाई.
Suicide Squad नहीं रख करेक्ट.
Suicide Squad.
Also, it was pretty R-rated and hardcore. मतलब आई एम श्योर अगर कैप्टन अमेरिका होता तो उसके कान से खून निकलता पक्का ये सब सुन के. He also would have to say language about a dozen times probably, hearing Peacemaker and Bloodsport bicker.
I mean, technically Captain America था in the movie as Peacemaker.
Yeah, but he fucked up.
Some weird fucked up Captain America.
The only piece he made was human peace.
Yeah, so yeah, moving on.
Guys, we are sorry to inform you that due to an unforeseen argument with Lazar, as you will notice in this podcast, this is going to be our last episode with Lazar. We would like to separate ourselves from him and his opposing views. We'll be back with an episode after a while, and we do wish Lazar all the best in his future endeavors.
So yeah, that's it about Suicide Squad. And this movie was as fun and as loving as Avik said. And yeah, that's about it. And we will see you next week at What If episode. And yeah, till then, bye bye, ciao ciao.